Welcome back to AJ's World of Bodybuilding. Today, we're joined by the man who stole the show at the 2022 Olympia, the Nigerian Lion, Samson Dauda. We are 8 weeks out to the most important show of his career, the Arnold Classic 2023. He is now the front runner to take it all. Let's jump straight into this exclusive interview to see how the Lion feels 8 weeks out from the show of his career. Samson Dauda, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, welcome on and welcome, man. Appreciate having me on.
For people at home, we saw Samson back in the day, 2018. It was a struggle to do things.
Oh, yeah.
It was hard. Then I remember British Grand Prix versus Nathan Diasha is the first time we saw Samson really bring it. People were going absolutely crazy. Your next story was probably during COVID, where people saw you in the room, prepping, doing your cardio. We thought the victory was coming. Next Arnold Classic is the time where you really arrived. Second place. You were leading prejudging against Nathan, who was at the time best in Europe.
Yeah.
And it was one hell of a fight. Then we saw finally, after getting, I don't want to use the word robbed, but a lot of places that could have gone the other way. Finally, your first pro win in Prague.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're fresh off a tremendous Olympia, correct?
Oh, yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely.
A tremendous Olympia.
Right? Seriously. How long we worked for that? Like, how long?
And now you are the front runner of the 2023 Arnold Classic.
That is absolutely insane. That is, I mean, people obviously that are sort of seeing it now, keeping up with the progress now, they don't, if they knew the journey, they'll understand how insane that is, because less than a year ago, who would have ever looked at Arnold Classic lineup and put me as a front runner going to that show? Yeah, that is, it's not even thinkable. It's like, really, there's no way in hell. So to be able to say that now, it's insane. It's genuinely insane. I mean, think about where we were this time last year. So, yeah.
I've seen, obviously, I just had Sergio Oliva Jr. On the show, and he not only a pro as yourself, but he follows the sport just like me. And the front runner, he said it has to be Samson. There's Bolmack. Everyone respects what he's done at the Arnold, especially.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Sean Clarida, obviously, we don't know he's such a short person, but as you know, tremendous athlete.
Yeah, oh man, he's Mr. Olympia, 212 Mr. Olympia. So,
but Samson is the favorite coming in. Samson
is crazy, man. Like you said, like this is definitely, you can't underestimate anybody. I mean, you know how Bonac can improve. Like, I mean, he did this same thing last year between the Olympia and Arnold, how much he improved for it. So you already got to put that in mind going into this show. Like, yeah, that's somebody that's very dangerous, especially at the Arnold. He's always very dangerous. Sean Clarida, I mean, how can you ever underestimate someone like that? It's crazy, So kind of looking at it now, I'm like, man, look, yeah, them guys are hungry, but I can tell you this much, they ain't as hungry as I am. That's for say.
Before I ask some specific questions about this, Arnold, what do you think you have? Because since 2018, there's so many people that's come and gone. Some people are mentally, physically ill. Some people retired. Some people. What do you think you have that's made you to make these incredible gains? Personal, business-wise, we see you now with a great supplement brand, Hostile. You're buying homes, nice car. You no longer have to work a regular job. Well, even though this is a regular job, but it's, you know what I mean? You don't work 9 to 4.
Yeah.
What do you think you have that others don't have that made you
I
come this far?
I think, that drive and our hunger to be better has always been there. It's just, we had years where we were waiting for our opportunity and waiting for our shot, like even when I was working full-time job and trying to bodybuild, I would work all day, finish late after grinding on a building site, go to the gym and gave them my all. And I still managed to turn pro with that weighing down and still managed to go through the whole bodybuilding life with obviously living that lifestyle of double living, basically. So you sort of carried on going for a long time, hoping that, okay, this will be your shot. And with every show you do, you're hoping, okay, maybe this will be a shot. You have somebody to back you and sort of gives you the ability to sort of, okay, now focus purely on bodybuilding and really show what you can do. And I think 2020 was that year where it became a big deciding factor of, okay, if it's ever going to happen, it has to happen that year. If it wasn't going to happen that year, then it was never going to happen. So when we, like I said, we're doing Korea in 2020 was my final shot. It was basically, if it doesn't happen this year, I was done with bodybuilding.
Really?
So, yeah, I was genuinely at a point where I was racking in debts. I was drowning in, this misery of not being able to make it, in not because of his lack of trying. It was a lack of, I was grinding all my wheels, trying to move forward. And obviously, I think my friend Ian, he put it the best way. He goes, "You're running a sprint with your legs shackled, And it felt like, I was dragging weights behind me, and then you were just hoping for this one big break to sort of give you that outlet so you can finally focus. And I think this is what Hostile did. Fuad contacted me after I saw what I was trying to go through in South Korea, and he saw the drive and he saw the hunger in somebody that just needed a break. And he basically did that. He said, look, okay, if I put you on my company and give you that break you obviously longing for, to focus on bodybuilding, what do you think you can do? And I said, give me the break and I'll show you. And he did. And, right from 2020 to this point, people just see me exploded from one progress to the next, because as I said, the drive and hunger has been there. Now it's okay. Give me the opportunity to show you, really let me open up and actually give me that chance. And they see my progress in physique, because now progress in physique, because I don't have to work a full-time job. I can literally focus purely on bodybuilding. Business side of it, I can literally focus on increasing my business and working as a bodybuilder. I can focus on the industry and focus on what make me thrive forward. So you now be able to home your focus and not split your time between all these things. And people are seeing it now, bear fruit. But that work mindset has always been there. That drive has always been there. You just, you get the handout, you get that opportunity to say, okay, show me what you can do. And this is where now, and believe me, it's only getting started. It's generally only getting started, because that drive is just the beginning of it. Just wait. The next few years, you're going to see transformation. You're going to see progress. You're going to see a lot more than what you're seeing now. This is just a taste of it.
And also for people, when he joined Hostile, he was like the third, fourth most popular guy there. And he was just one of the, and now all those other great bodybuilders, although they're gone from that, yeah. And you are the main star, but you're also placing ahead of all of them now.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Like for me, as I said, they gave me an opportunity when no one else did. I reached out to so many people and I got shut down. And they reached out to me and gave me an opportunity because they saw something that no one else did. So for me, that will always stand before anything, because you gave me a try when no one else believed in me. So for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm with you to the end. Let's go. I'm going to show you how hard I can work for you. I can show you how hard I want to do this. So for me, this is where it all stands from.
It's for people who don't, obviously, I remember back in 18, 19, you had the same, like, I'm going each time, no matter what show, I remember you always say, yeah, I'm going to win it. I'm going to come in my best. I'm going to do it. And I was like, he was like 10th in Romania. Now he's saying he's going to win the British Grand. What is he going to take Nathan Diasha out and all this? I was like, but it happened, and it's just it's really it's something special, that's for sure.
Is that when and you can see the program, you can see the evidence of what your hard work can provide. Honestly, you start to believe, even when you have doubts in your mind, you still, with every little step, every victory, every little edge forward, you believe more and more in yourself. Like I was said, like I remember when I was saying to Nathan when we did the British Grand Prix, I was like, look, I might not beat you this time, but it's only a matter of time. The clock is already rolling. I will catch you. And, everybody kind of played it off and acted like it was just talk. And I was like, well, wait, it's a matter of time. And now the time has come and gone, and everyone's like, whoa, what happened there? It happened so fast. I'm like, I did tell you I was coming. And the same thing, I say with the Olympia lineup, I'm saying with Mr. Olympia title, and I say, it's only a matter of time. I am coming. And, people can sort of think, well, now really see all talk. I'm like, well, I back it up. I don't just talk and sit at home and hope things happen. I grind and I back it up. So when I say it's only a matter of time, you best believe you better watch out.
Has it helped in any way having one wife, one girlfriend the whole time and not jumping to other girls back and forward, crazy girls?
Course,
and has it helped?
Of course, man. I mean, like I said, for me, bodybuilding is a teamwork, man. Me and my missus, we're a team in this. We started this sport together. She got me in this sport. She came up with the idea. She thrown all this. I say, okay, right. I think you can do this. I think you can be a pro bodybuilder. I think you can go all the way out. I didn't even believe it at the time. I just thought, okay, you know what? She's just probably saying it to be nice. Like you expect your partner should say. So I thought she was just being nice. She said, okay, I think you can do. But at the same time, she was overly critical of me. When friends and family would look at me and go, man, you look perfect. You look ideal. Wow, this is crazy. She'd be like, no, this has to be bigger. That has to be better. You have to be more symmetrical. Your back has to come up, your shoulder has to come up, your chest has to come. She was more picky of my physique before anybody else could even see me. So even now, that hasn't changed. She's so critical. Even though we just did the Olympia and I'm going, yeah, 6th in the world, great. She's already going, okay, not good enough. Arnold, you have to be better. We have to do this. You need to listen to me here. You need to change this. And I'm like, God damn, okay. Hard to please, but you know what? This is the reason why I improve so much. I have the best partner a man can ask for. And when you have that supporting body behind you, it rounds up your world, It's like, Milos is my coach and Mel is basically the assistant coach and she's there. And when you have those two minds come together, it just creates poetry, She watches me day in, day out. She watches everything I eat. She watches everything that goes through me. So she knows when I'm on track and when I'm not. So when Milos might not be at the eye on the ground, but when he calls, even last night when we spoke about, okay, progress into Arnold, he would speak to Mel and say, okay, how's he doing? What's he done? And she would give him the lowdown of what's happening on the ground. She becomes his eyes on the ground day to day. So he knows he can trust her and he trusts the information he gives her. She gives him from that. And from that, they can then make a plan on what do I need to do going forward. And this is why our team is just so good and why we're improving so well.
It gives also great joy. Before Milos was posting, like Regan Grimes and Logan Franklin were like popular as the Backstreet Boys. Every Instagram picture was Logan and Milos and Regan. But now I only see Samson. That's a great change, correct?
I mean, it's nice. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, Milos has always been there. He might not have been, on the social media front with me, but he always knew I was a secret weapon in the back pocket. And it was always a wait until, I'll show you this, but wait until the one I have in the back. Wait until I bring that out. And that's what you've seen now. He's just, okay, he's bringing out the big guns. And all of a sudden, everybody like, holy crap, what the hell is this? But I'm like, yeah, he knew he was always there waiting for my time.
So the Olympia, people, obviously, we're not going to talk about Olympia, this is Arnold, but after the Olympia,
yeah,
I don't want to say people chat because Derek Lunsford also, same as you, everyone now, but saying you have like the future of the future of the sport is either you or Lunsford.
Yeah.
Or both, you know what I mean? Like very different physique, but also similar in a way because it's very aesthetics pleasing and you hit the front with the vacuum, with the front double bicep but and everyone's saying Samson's going to win it, is going to win it, is going to win it. This Arnold Classic, we see the list. It's only 7 guys. Griffin is out.
Yeah, I saw that.
We have 212 guys, and obviously we respect Sean Clarita, but they are 212, and he's 5'2", and you're 6 foot.
Yeah.
Is this means more to you? Is it more pressure than the Olympia?
I mean, yeah, of course, because this one we're going for the win. Is the Arnold win. It's not, just placing top 3 or top 6 in Arnold Olympia. This is a win. And for us, it's almost like a launching platform into, not only do I then use this as qualifying for the Olympia, it then gives me a lot of time to then go into have time off to actually improve and go into the Olympia. And as well, whoever wins the Arnold becomes the most viable person to say, okay, right, if he goes into Olympia from that point, you better put him out as a big threat for that throne. So for me, I see multiple factors of that. And for me, I'm like, yeah, you know what, this is a very, very important win, a very, very important show to actually do well in because of that factor of what it kind of means to us. So honestly, I'm going at this full force because I know exactly what it can mean, not just to the world of bodybuilding, but even to me and my career and everything else. I know exactly what it could mean.
So this is the $200,000, and obviously, no matter what, best posing award.
Yeah.
And most likely the most muscular award. But as you know, sometimes they like to give it to the guy who loses. But still, and setting you up for guaranteed that top 3 at the Olympia. You know, you're gonna look at Sam, the winner of the Arnold Classic, and
yeah,
is this the most important show of your life?
As of now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Olympia was definitely, so far, was to this point. But now looking at Arnold, and I mean, when was the last time I ever, this is officially the first time I've done a show and I'm considered a front runner for a show.
I know.
Never happened before.
Absolutely first time, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely first time. So you can imagine, of course, it'll be the most important show of your life. This is never happened. And for all show, it's not a New York Pro, it's not Tampa, it's not Chicago, it's not a show in Europe. It's the Arnold. So it's it is the most important show of my life, definitely.
Obviously, we're not going to go into too much detail what you're going to bring because people, you like to be a little bit like, we don't need I don't like when people tell the whole game planning before, but you have the size and aesthetics, obviously over Clarida and Bolmac there. Size is not what you're thinking about here, correct?
No.
For yourself?
No. Yeah, size is, at this point, you know, we've shown, especially the prep for the Olympia, I can hold on to size. I can put size on quite quickly and I can hold on to it, even regardless of how much we push that food down and everything else to get me in shape. My body just seemed to retain size a lot better now than it's ever done before in the past. So I can hold on to the size. And the point is now is, okay, like I'm not looking at these, like, because this is not 2 separate prep. It's not the Olympia prep and now the Arnold prep. Is you just carrying on from the Olympia. This is just carry on point. So whatever condition we had at the Olympia, you can only improve on that from this point on because the prep hasn't stopped and started again. It's just basically carried on. So you got 8 weeks, you got to get leaner, you got to get harder. Your body's going to retain that size anyway. You're going to have more than enough size to play with anyway. So, but you got to be harder, you got to be leaner for it. So right now, that's the game plan.
Not everyone has Instagram, but Samson has posted a video how he looked from 2 weeks without going to the gym and without sticking to the diet plan. And Samson, this is some shit. What happens when you don't go to the gym for 2 weeks and you eat whatever you want?
Well, the thing is, especially coming up post show, you know, most guys, you know, when they start eating and everything post show, they tend to blow out. All the water retention, everything tends to happen. For me, my body tends to work a little differently from that. You know, I have to not just go back to the gym. I got to eat a shitloads of clean food for me to start rebounding like that and start blowing out. I just can't do it. I could take a break and eat loads of junk and everything for 2 weeks, and you know, even for 3-4 weeks, and all you're gonna get is a slightly more watery, softer look, but it won't be a rebound. You'll still be more or less close to far off from content shape. So for me, we sort of knew that, and we sort of knew the idea of taking that break and giving your body a break in this 2 weeks period, because like you said, the Olympia prep was hard, man. The Olympia prep was definitely, it took a lot of toll mentally. And, you know, they're sort of looking at this Arnold list and they're saying, like, why is there no more guys doing it? But people don't stop to think how hard it is to prep for the Olympia. It's not like prepping for any other show. It takes a lot out of you. It takes genuine lot of you. I'm doing it for the first time. I can definitely contest and say, yeah, it takes a lot out of you, you know. So just from that point, I can understand why most guys will get to the Olympia and be like, okay, you know what? I need a break. I'm done. Mentally, physically, I'm tired. And I can understand why you don't have a lot of guys, you know, bouncing to jump in the Arnold, because it's hard on the body. You know, it's really extremely hard on the body, you know. But I just know with me, I'm in the point where I could take 2 weeks off, have a break, almost clean out. My body won't change or transform much from it. And I can sort of give my mind a rest, give my family a break, give everything sort of like almost like a midpoint of just relaxing. And then I can get back on the grind. And it's something that's happened to me because of the fact of the years of doing multiple shows and traveling around the world and doing shows here and getting knocked back and doing it again and doing, you know, 2020, I prepped all year. years before that, I'm doing 5 shows. Last year, I did 5 shows. In 2021, I did 5 shows. I'm always used to doing multiple shows. And we've learned because of that how to get my body to go from show to show and keep getting better. I remember like when I did, I think it was 2021 when I did 5 shows in a row. It was until we got to our 5th show. That's what there was before there was any sign of actually, yeah, now you're looking tired. It was literally at the 5th show, and that was 12 weeks straight. So we know what it takes to push my body to that point, what it takes to keep my body going from show to show. So having that 2 weeks break was just basically part of the game plan of, okay, rest up, get your mind a rest, give your body a rest, and then we're back on it.
Yeah, Nick Walker, Derek, Curry, Ramy Hadi, they usually only do 1 show a year, huh?
Yeah, and this is it, and no, that's fine. That's absolutely fine because some people can't do that. That's just not what we do. Well, for us, because we've had experience for year on year on year of doing at least, every year I average 4 shows. This past 2022 was the first time that I ever just did 2 shows a year. Most of the time I do 4, So we're used to having to balance my physique from show to show like that. So for me, this was just a case of, okay, have your break, you know how this works. Have your time, chill out, enjoy your food, whatever you want to do, have a break time, and then back on the grind. That's exactly where we are.
So for the people who are not, for the people who's been Samson Dauda fans, who we have been robbed before and things have happened, Bomac.
Yeah.
What do you see? He has a denser look than you. He has a lot of experience. He comes so hard. Could that be a problem with that dense, hard muscle? If his waist is slightly in, gyno is gone. If he brings that Arnold Classic 22 look, would that be a problem for you?
That would definitely be a problem for anybody. That one we can both put our hands up and say that would be a problem for anybody. So we know that, okay, now we're a lot denser than we were earlier this year when we did Arnold. Earlier in 2022 when we did Arnold against him. But even then, Bonac will always be a problem. If he brings that look where he had then, he'll always be again. And if I was going to take a gamble, I would say that's exactly what you're going to see coming into this show. If his body responds the same way to be able to do it, then yeah, you can best believe that you're going to see a battle for sure between that look and mine now. But at the same time, I know that where I am now is a whole different chapter to where we were earlier when we did Arnold last year. So it'll make for an interesting battle, and I'm definitely more than excited to see that happen.
Sean Clarida, Sergio just said that he actually was better when he won 2 years ago than he was at this Olympia.
Right.
Is there any chance that his conditioning, and he has perfect symmetry in a way, and he's very freaky, he's just very short.
Yeah.
Do you see a possibility that the judges will reward this look over you, who has tremendous aesthetic, size, symmetry, balance?
This one is always a possibility. We don't know what the judges will go for. We don't know what exactly will sort of pick out what they want. But the always thing is always going to go like, in terms of bodybuilding criteria, we can only judge of that. Okay, you can give a guy for balance and conditioning, but then you kind of mistake what about the other round? What about symmetry? What about size? What about, posing? What about all that? Those have to then be a criteria of his own. So you can't give a guy the win just because they have one thing. Because if that's the case, I wouldn't have placed 6th at the Arnold. I wouldn't have placed 6th at the Olympia if it was just a conditioning show alone, because there were guys behind me that was more conditioned than I am. You guys have seen it. But because we tick more of all them boxes is why we're able to move so high. So the same thing can apply here. It can go the other way around. But honestly, either way, I know it's going to be a very interesting battle to see me and him stand next to each other on stage and see what that actually looks like. So I think that would be actually quite fun.
People who watched Arnold, they have always gone for shape and aesthetics. Usually that what wins the Arnold. Arnold Schwarzenegger himself is He's known for that. He likes aesthetics and full-on presentation with the pole. That what creates the Arnold Classic winner. We see Kevin Leroney, Dexter Jackson, Brandon Curry, who was not harder than Bonac last year. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you see, this is what I mean. Like, you can see where the Arnold criteria kind of lays on. So with that in mind, you kind of have to go with what's happened in history. It's not because you think that's definitely going to happen next, but you can only base off what you've seen in past and what the judging criteria for the Arnold always been. So with that, you kind of say, okay, right, where do your forefront play? Don't get me wrong, we still want to be hard enough to sort of stand our ground on that sense. So we know that, okay, well, that's the only part you had against us. So we're going to make sure we bridge that gap as much as possible to make sure that, wow, okay, now it's a battle on that side of front, because the more rounds we can win, the more of that dynamic of bodybuilding we can win, more sections of that, the better off we are. But at the same time, you know, we are always going to be, especially this lineup, we're going to be the biggest guy there. And it's not just mass with just being a mass monster. We're also going to have the shape and the small waist and the vacuum and the tight, you know, and the balance to pull it off. So unless you can take more of that rounds away from us, this is the criteria of bodybuilding.
Good luck, Samson. I think this we are seeing now. If you win this, it's gonna set you up for one hell of a fight for the Olympia 2023, where obviously the goal is to win, correct?
Oh yeah, I mean, we've seen the thing is, you know, some people say, oh, why are you doing the Arnold? You should focus on just the Olympia. And I say, well, we did the Arnold last year. And we had 5 months, 3 months in off season, 2 months in prep to get ready for the Olympia. You've seen the improvements we made in that short time. You really think that the physique you see right now at the Arnold stage will be the exact same physique you're going to see at Olympia come end of 2023?
No. 9 months, 9 months to improve.
There we go. So we know we want to qualify early, and we know we then want to use the rest of the months to improve just like we did. And come to Olympia, whatever physique you see now, it will be completely transformed once again. And that will be a very, very dangerous combination to bring to the Olympia stage once again.
Before we go, give us one hint. The routine obviously will be routine of the night. Just give us, you don't want to say too much. Give us one hint. Just one hint. Give us a word or something so people can think at home. Give us one clue. What will it be about?
It's going to be more hype. We're definitely going to enjoy this one. It's going to be more hype. You know, we've done the soul food thing for the Olympia because we wanted to. But now it's like, we got to have some fun, baby. We're coming to the Arnold to win it. So you got to be hype. So yeah, the routine we're planning for Olympia, for the Arnold, is going to be us having a lot of fun on stage, put it that way.
Thank you very much for your time, Samson. And people can check out your YouTube channel leading up, correct?
Yep, definitely. I'm doing Road to the Arnold. So yeah, that was about every week.
Guys, check that out. Check his Instagram out. Remember, do you have a code for Hostile Supplements also?
Yes, I got a code for Hostile Supplements. So that's Samson 10 on all Hostile products. So yeah, go check out the Hostile app. It's available on both Android and iOS. So yeah, definitely.
If you can only choose one product from them, what would it be? Only one for training or during or post training?
Oh, Bloodshot, baby. That's my go. I absolutely love the Bloodshot. It gives you that insane pump, especially being a full round guy. When it gives you that pump, it just looks ridiculous, and I absolutely love that.
Which flavor?
Watermelon. I absolutely love the watermelon, the grapefruit. Yeah, all that definitely works for me.
Thank you very much for your time.
Anytime.
Bye-bye.
All right, man. Thanks.
Bye.